Zinc isn't the mineral that usually shows up with a cape and a catchphrase in the natural anti-inflammatory crowd. That honor often goes to turmeric, omega-3s, or CBD, which have all enjoyed glowing wellness press and starring roles in health food aisles. But if you look past the marketing, you'll find that zinc has been playing the anti-inflammatory game all along, quietly, precisely, and in many ways more fundamentally. It's not the cool kid at the supplement table, but it might just be the one keeping everyone else from bursting into flames. At the molecular level, zinc is kind of like a diplomat who knows how to keep the peace at a very rowdy international summit, where the nations involved are your immune cells and the arguments are over which proteins to release and how much inflammation to crank up. Specifically, zinc regulates one of the body's main inflammatory command centers, NF-κB, nuclear factor kappa light chain enhancer of activated B cells, if you're feeling bold. This is a transcription factor, basically a molecular switchboard, that controls the expression of genes involved in inflammation, immunity, and cell survival. When it's overactive, it can fuel chronic inflammation and the onset of everything from arthritis to heart disease to neurodegeneration. Zinc acts as a kind of brake on this process, helping keep NF-κB in check so that your immune system doesn't go full scorched earth every time it encounters a threat. But it doesn't stop there. Zinc also modulates key inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-6, IL-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha, TNFA, two molecules you don't want too much of hanging around. These are the messengers that help coordinate inflammation, and while they're useful in short bursts like during an acute infection, they become a problem when chronically elevated, fueling low-grade inflammation that wears away at your tissues and makes you feel perpetually tired, achy, or off. Zinc helps dial down the production of these inflammatory signals, encouraging a return to baseline instead of letting the body simmer in constant defense mode. This makes zinc particularly interesting in the context of chronic disease management. Conditions like type 2 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, metabolic syndrome, and even depression and Alzheimer's all have strong inflammatory components. And while zinc isn't a cure, studies suggest that improving zinc status in these populations can reduce markers of inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and enhance immune balance. It's like upgrading your body's ability to detect when the fire alarm really needs to go off, and when it's just someone overcooking toast. The best part? Zinc does all this without suppressing the immune system like some conventional anti-inflammatory drugs. Instead of silencing your defenses, it fine-tunes them. It's not about muting the orchestra. It's about conducting it properly so that the trumpets don't drown out the violins and the cymbals don't crash at the wrong moment. Still, there's nuance. Like any nutrient, zinc isn't a magic pill. Too little and your immune system spirals into chaos. Too much and you risk interfering with copper levels, gut health, or even tipping the immune balance the other way. The sweet spot tends to be somewhere between 15 to 30 milligrams daily for most adults, depending on diet, absorption, and individual needs. Always better to get it from food where possible. Think oysters, beef, nuts, seeds, but supplements can play a key role, especially if you're already dealing with an inflammatory condition or have risk factors for deficiency. Hello, aging, stress, vegetarian diets, and digestive issues. So, if your body feels like it's constantly inflamed, reactive, or stuck in a low-grade war with itself, don't just reach for turmeric lattes and fish oil capsules. Zinc may be the quietly powerful anti-inflammatory support you've been missing. Not loud, not trendy, but precise, effective, and indispensable in the art of keeping internal peace.